Hello.
Hi, Alberta. How are you?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm all right. I'm good. Yeah.
That's good.
I was playing with Shady.
Okay. So how was your Christmas?
It was good. How was yours?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Who's sick in your family?
Oh, my dad's sister.
Oh, that's no good.
So yeah, just got tested yesterday. So yeah.
There we go. All right. There we go.
Okay.
What do you got for me?
Okay. What makes you feel uncomfortable when you're filming?
What makes me, pardon me,
What makes you uncomfortable when you're filming?
uncomfortable when I'm filming? I guess every time I have to start a video, I'm always a little I don't go because I don't really start. I know what I'm going to talk about. I know the subject pretty well usually, and but just get the first. I usually start with a big intro, showing my whereabouts, where I am, describing where I am by visually describing, not me describing, and then. But the first couple of takes of me saying, "Hey, what's going on? Here I am today at." I'm uncomfortable at that point because I'm just getting my because I don't really do a lot of takes. I just do, but the first one is always the hardest. Everything else is the first take. But the first take is always like, oh, God, I've got to get here. I am starting another video. What am I doing here? And what's it about? And it's all going through my mind. But otherwise, I'm doing, hey, Les, what's up, man? Hey, Nick. Um, oh, hi, Krista. So I've got, so that makes me, and like when I do true crime, sometimes going to a true crime location where somebody was murdered is never easy for many reasons.
Yeah.
But nothing really makes me uncomfortable. If people are around watching, which happens lots of times, that doesn't make me uncomfortable either. Hey, Brandon, what's up, my man? I got to message you back. So, yeah. So that makes me uncomfortable. But nothing, otherwise, I've been filming myself since I was a teenager with me and my friends. So, and doing theater and stuff. So I'm not really uncomfortable being on camera.
Yeah. What are the most important things you're looking for filming?
Most important things,
Yeah.
it has to. Number one is I have to be interested in it. I have to be. If I'm not interested in the subject I'm doing, which I can't, maybe I've done maybe once or twice, then it's not. You know, that's the main thing. I have to be interested in what I'm filming.
Yeah.
That's the most. I'm trying to do this. Yeah, but usually I am. I mean, there's never. I honestly can't even think. I've done. I think I've uploaded close to 700 videos now, and I have another 150 or 200 still not put up, still not edited. And I can't think of any that I've gone to that I haven't. I've got a few. I've got quite a few that will never see the light of day because when I went to it, either it wasn't what I expected, or I didn't like the way I was on camera, or I didn't like the subject matter as much as there wasn't enough to it, or I just did a bunch of videos in New Orleans 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and honestly, I think only the one that I already put up is the only one going up. The rest are never going to go up. I've already, one other one outside of New Orleans, right outside, will go up. It's great. It's almost done. But about two of the other videos I'll never put up.
Yeah.
I'll just keep them to myself. I'll keep them to myself. I'll put them on Patreon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened when you filming and location and make mistakes?
What do you mean? What?
Let's see. Just like, just like when you say stuff wrong or.
Oh, yeah, that happens. I mean, that happens a lot. I It depends. I just uploaded a video today, and I didn't start editing it until this morning, and I thought for sure it was going to take hours because I mean, and I just filmed it less than a week ago. I filmed it last Wednesday. Yeah. So it was one of the last videos I shot on this big trip I went. And I thought, well, I must, because I knew there was an 8-minute monologue where I'm just speaking for 8 minutes, and there's not one edit in it. I told the full story. I was really shocked. And then there's other ones where there's one coming up that I'm going to put out on New Year's Day, where I can't even get through the first 5 minutes of it. I'm cutting because I'm just talking. You know, I make a lot of mistakes on what I'm saying and stuff, and angles. You know, I try to make my videos very aesthetically pleasing. That's my. I want people to not just like the subject matter, but I want them to like how it's filmed and stuff. And a million mistakes in this one that I'm working on, and hopefully nobody will see because I'll cut it all down. It's 57 minutes long of just footage and me talking about it and showing stuff. So I got to cut that down to like 25, and I'm guessing 20 minutes is at least me just talking nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do that a lot too. Especially when it's a fun video, I just go on and on.
What are the biggest challenge of location?
Biggest challenge? Wind. Wind is never good. I've got a great mic though now, which is it saved me so much. Although it messed up on Wednesday afternoon at my last location I shot at. It messed up in the first 30 seconds of me talking. And then I went back to my car in the freezing cold in the middle of nowhere by myself. And I was sitting in my car swearing away, wondering why. And then I fixed it with I adjusted it through the app on my phone. And then I can't believe how good the sound is. So wind, rain, I uploaded a video recently where it's pouring rain. Rain just sucks for me in terms of, you know, it melts my head, and it's uncomfortable, you know, in the rain. Nobody wants to be in the rain. But that's a challenge. Challenge is getting there, finding the place. I mean, I go to so many different places. You'd be surprised how many times. There was one place. Where was it? It was a week ago. It was somewhere in, oh gosh, I can't remember now. I think it was Atlanta. But it kept taking me to the wrong location over and over again. My GPS on my car and on my phone. And I kept putting in different addresses. No, it was, it was Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, Birmingham, Alabama. And it took me, I thought this video would take me about half an hour to shoot. It took me 5 hours because I couldn't get to all the locations. Even people that I talked to had no clue what I was talking about. One guy did, and he gave me directions to the wrong location.
Yeah.
So I drove 45 minutes to the wrong place. I was like, dude, you told me where to go. So that's, you know, it's always hard, but could be worse things. That's Shady in the background. Shady, come on, buddy. There.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay. What is the best part being a YouTube?
Best part?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get to make. I mean, there's a lot. There's so many. I mean, I'm my own boss. I make my own hours. I decide what to do, when to do it. That doesn't necessarily mean it always works out. Doesn't necessarily mean if I spend 2 days on a video filming and driving, traveling, that anybody's gonna watch it. So there's high risk. You know, I can make, you know, no money. I got to make enough money to keep doing it. So that's. But the best parts are meeting people. I meet so many people on the road and viewers like you that I meet through the channel that write to me. That's easily the best part is all the friendships I've made. I've made so many new friends, friends that I know I'll keep in touch with for, you know, whenever I go to their city. I've collaborated with other YouTubers who I really enjoy, who inspire me and help me work harder, and so that's the best part probably. And you know, that's the best part is all the people I've met, you know, and being my own boss.
Okay. Is it hard filming the It movie?
Mm, the It movie, I did both. I did chapter 1 and chapter 2. They weren't hard because, for the most part, a lot of it is here in Toronto, and then about an hour away, and then an hour west, an hour east. I filmed all of those locations. I've done like 6 videos on it, and I'm not even a huge fan, to be honest, of it. I am I'm a huge Stephen King fan and horror fan, but it was never something I enjoy. I didn't read the books, and then when the movies came out, I saw the movies, and I love the movies. So,
Yeah.
uh, and then I remember somebody, a friend of mine who doesn't know anything about filming locations really, just said, "Oh, they use the whatever the house is called down Danforth at Pape area here in Toronto." I was like, "They did?" And they're like, "Well, yeah, the whole movie was shot here." And I was like, and this is when it was huge when it first came out. I was like, "What?" So I looked it up. And I started finding all the locations. I was like, "Well, that's easy enough." I mean, and those videos still do well. I still get lots of views on them. People write to me about them, which is great. The It movies are, I mean, I could go out and do a super cut of It and do all the locations. I don't have to look them up anymore. I can just I know where they all are. There's like 50 of them, and they're all within driving distance for me.
Let's see. How do you feel filming the It movie?
All right, I think you just asked me that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let's see. Was it cool when you filming from the It movie?
Yes, I was actually just looking at pictures the other day. Where's my iPad? I think it's here on my iPad actually. The first time I ever did the It ones, they were freezing cold. Yeah, I did the It ones in December of, I don't know, whenever it came out. It was December, I know that. And I went with 2 friends. Excuse me. And let me see where it is. Oh my god. But I have pictures from that day still here on my, because that's so long ago. That's when I was filming with a different camera, and everything was on my iPad. But where is it? I don't know where it is. Let me see. But it was really cold out in Port Hope, where they shot most of it. It was really, really cold. I think I got a good couple of pictures here. And then when I went to where the kids jump off in the water, I went there in the winter into the big lake. Well, it's a quarry, and that was freezing cold. And then I went back here, and then I went back in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend Agapios, my friend Ava, and they came with me the first time. I filmed it with love, but it was that's Port Hope. And then I went back in the summer and filmed at the quarry, and that was really cool because everybody was there swimming and all that. It was really nice to see.
Let's see. What challenged you filming with the other YouTubers?
What?
What is your challenge of you doing filming with the other YouTubers?
Well, I mean, like I always said, I film with anybody, right? I'll film with if somebody has 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, and I'm near them or they're near me, no problem. Come along, we'll film together. I don't like to do grave.
Yeah.
When I visit graves, I don't like to do collaborations because I find I've done them once or twice and they've worked out, but I find that they're not conducive to talking to each other and stuff when you're at a grave site.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about being quiet and respectful. But there's lots, John. You got to make sure you fit with the person, right? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has different styles, but I mean, there's lots of people I film with where it's just you pick up. You got to know when to talk, when not to talk, because they're filming and you're filming.
Mm-hmm.
I've had great experiences with Grim Life Collective, visiting graveyards with Steve. Very different experience with both. Grim Life, we were filming at the same time, talking over each other, but we were on different sides of the sidewalk and house, and really it was kind of swirling around each other. It was really cool. And then Steve and I, we take turns. We'll film my video, and then we'll film his. And then occasionally you'll hear one of us in the background talking while we do little inserts.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I filmed with Dearly Departed, Scott Michaels. I've filmed with Steel City Storm in Indiana. Who else? Lots of people. And, yeah, I mean, there's always a challenge, but you just got to make sure you get along. But I'm pretty easy to get along with. And I don't, you know, I'm an older man now. I don't have time for hang out with people that I don't get along with that aren't nice people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sheedy.
Okay, let's see. What is something that avoid you about the other person?
What is something that what?
What is something that avoid you about the other person?
Annoys me about another person?
Yeah.
What annoys me? Somebody's eating soup while I'm out with them. I don't like that. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm very like I said, I'm very easygoing, and most people that I hang out with are easygoing. But now that I do YouTube full time, and especially when I'm on the road, or even when I'm in Toronto, like if I gotta go, I gotta go. Like if I gotta leave, I gotta leave. If I got, you know, because I'm on a schedule that in my head, you know, so if somebody doesn't let me leave, then that's annoying. But that doesn't really happen. Yeah. I'm just thinking about life more. But yeah, no, I just, you know, if somebody's late, I'm always late. Mm-hmm. But if somebody else is late, that pisses me off. But I'm the one that's always late. But if somebody else is late, but it's like, well, I've come all the way, like usually it's in a different city. So it's like, well, I'm all the way from Canada. It's okay that I'm late. I had a long drive. Why are you late? You live down the street. That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
But I give people a hard time about that. But they're like, you're always late. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Let's see. What travel is your favorite so far?
There's been many. This was the trip I just came back from was my least favorite for sure. Just because it was so long. It was 7 weeks. I was in the winter, then I was in summer, then I was back in winter, you know, with the driving. So I much prefer summer type weather, obviously. But my favorites, I mean, there's lots. I used to enjoy New York City when I was a teenager and in my 20s, and then I started hating it. Now the last 2 years I've gone, well, not including the pandemic, and I love it again. I love New York City again, almost as much as I love being in LA. And LA is my favorite place to go because that's the way I can film the most.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Think of your question. I gotta get Shady. He's scratching at the door.
Okay.
Hey, get down here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you got?
Okay. What are the top three gifts you received?
Top 3 gifts I've received?
Yeah.
Boy. You know, you're gonna put me in a hard spot. I can't answer that. I will say the one I've gotten the most use out of is a viewer by the name of Dana. She's very sweet. She sent me a Friday the 13th Part 3 Jason mask. And where's that? I think that's in my luggage. She sent me that, and this, which is an official Michael Myers mask. So anything like that, because I use them. and especially the Jason mask, because when she sent it to me, I did the Friday 13th Part 3 locations, Part 5, Part something else coming up that I just filmed.
Yeah.
So, you know, stuff that I can use is always great. And anything for Shady, he loves it. Stuff that you sent him, he loves it. But, you know, there's nothing I really need. I don't ask for gifts from viewers, of course. You know, there's,
Yeah.
although I think I'm starting a record collection, so I got my first two. Like, I have a ton of records from back in the day, but they're all in storage. But I just bought these two when I was
Oh yeah.
down south. So I bought those, and the record player that I bought doesn't work, so another one's coming. If anybody wants to send me old vinyl, I'll take it.
What has been your favorite picture you took when you posted on your Instagram?
Favorite picture?
Yeah.
I think probably the one I did with David Spade, the comedian. That's about 2 years ago. It's on my, I think it's on my Instagram. I mean, there's lots of ones from back in the day, like with Mike Myers and stuff like that are my favorites. But the one with David Spade, although I hate the way I look at it because it was such a weird angle. It was a lot of fun hanging out with him for a little bit before his concert, his show. And on, sorry, 1 second, my friends text me. But yeah, I mean, I take a picture of every location I go to. I take like 18,000 pictures, and I have to choose which one I'm going to put on Instagram to promote the video. You know, and sometimes I just want to put up a picture that has nothing to do with the video, which I do. You know, like, but I don't want to clog up anyone's feed. You know, like I only put up pictures. Like today, there's a new video up on my channel. I didn't put up a picture to match with it. I didn't find that there was one that was appropriate that would add to it, So maybe I'll just post a photo of something else, you know, something else along my way. I took a lot of portraits of people that I met. Then those are going to go up my Instagram. I was having a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, like I said, I do like 4 or 5 pictures a week, maybe, sometimes less. I don't want to clog up people's feed. Like they keep swiping through Scott on tape, another photo. You know, so one a day, one every 2 days is enough for me.
Yeah.
But,
See, why is California is your favorite?
Why is California my favorite?
Yeah.
Weather, infinite amount of locations. I can do movie, I can do true crime, I can do graves. I got tons of stuff still from California, and I can. What's up, Ryan? My boy Ryan, there he is. I can literally wake up in California, and even though I'll have a list, I'll be like, well, hey Jordan, I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna go here today. Think of 3 things I want to see, want to film, and you get 3 videos in a day. Back in my hotel room by 4 o'clock if I want. So California, and some stuff is far, so it takes long. And also the fact I've got really close friends in California now. You know, I 5 years ago I didn't really know. I knew one person now. I knew one person who lived in California. Really, I think yeah. If I think about it, him and another, and now I have like good friends, like people that I talk to.
Yeah.
Like, and they talk to me. Yeah. Like, we'll call each other, and you know, I look forward to seeing them. Shady, that's not a. Oh boy, he's eating a Tums. Shady, that's not. Oh, he's taking it. He took it under the bed. Oh my God. Do I consider California a sideways Tennessee? Yeah, I guess, but there's not as much weather differential in differences. Differential differences, Ryan. That's a great question. Thank you. See, Tennessee, Ryan, is so long widthwise. California is long lengthwise, but California is so big at the top, and cold, and it's hot at the bottom. You know what I mean? Tennessee seems very squished to me, and you just drive across it, and there's not so much in between. It's stuff at either end. Tennessee used to be my favorite state before I went to California. It's still one of my favorite places to go to. I love Tennessee.
Let's see. What is something you do not want to do at all that it turns out it like totally wrong?
Something I want to do that. I mean, if some people have asked me to film stuff like when I'm with them, some YouTubers or friends. I said, well, why don't we film this? And I'm like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know enough about it. Well, go just film it. At least you have extra, you have extra videos. And I always do that. Like I'll film extra. I'll be like, oh, I could do this if I know the subject. But I've been talking and doing a few sometimes where I don't know anything about the subject, and I'm just the video is useless to me. If I don't know a little bit about it or have an interest, then I'm screwed. There's nothing wrong with Lassie, but Free Willy has the best ending of any movie ever, Ryan, when Free Willy jumps at the end. And Lassie gets rabies at the end and kills everyone. That just sucked. That was a shitty ending. Short Circuit 2, we're working on it. Hi, Colleen.
What negative things has happened to you?
Negative thing? Nothing really. I mean, no, I have good luck. I have good luck most of the time. I've been turned down to film at some places, and that sucks. But most of the places that I have requested to film at, I expect to be turned down. So, you know what I mean? Like, ones that I think that they're going to turn me down, and they have turned me down, it's not a huge disappointment because I'm just like, I didn't expect to get in there anyways. So it's always when I get into places, I'm always excited. But, nothing really disappoints me, really. Just I don't like something. I did a true crime video. It's not up yet, but I wasn't able to find a certain location, and I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna put that video together with me not finding the location at the end, and that's probably been my biggest disappointment in 5 years. It's when I put this video up. If you watch it, you'll see, because at the end I'm wandering around trying to find this one thing, and I can't find it. And then I found it online when I got back to my hotel. I found the exact location, but I was an hour or 2 hours away. I couldn't go back. So, that's been my most disappointing moment.
Yeah. What do you like the least about traveling?
Leaving my dog easily. I can't stand leaving him. I can't. He doesn't like it now either. He was used to it for a while, and now he does not like it. He cries and he shakes and he won't come out from under the bed, or he won't leave my side, and he jumps up on me, and so it's really heartbreaking to see. So I mean, we're really tight. We're very close. We spend a lot of time together. So that's the hardest thing, is leaving my dog. And then it's not fun. I've stayed in so many hotels now. It used to be fun to stay in hotels when I was a teenager. I was in my 20s. When I started YouTube, it was fun. It's not so much anymore. Dragging luggage in and out every morning, different hotel room, getting to a hotel, you're exhausted from the day, then drag,
Yeah.
If I had somebody to carry it all, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Then they could leave me alone while I edit or just do what I sit in the hot tub. But I mean, otherwise, that's traveling and the driving. If it's a long drive, if I had to, Scott's thoughts. If driving I had a rule that I made up last year. I said no more long drives every day, only 2 to 3 hours a day, and I was sticking to that. But on this trip that I was just on, I realized, because the day ends at 5 o'clock with the light, some days I had to drive 5 or 6 hours, and that's brutal. The last two days I was in my car for 7 hours each day, and that's a long time. It gets tiring and boring, and ugh. But I do like. I mean, I I try to stay in nicer hotels so I'm comfortable at least, and I get to know the people that work in the hotels, which is always nice, and I always meet people and meet viewers and stuff. Somebody just wrote on my channel. Somebody just wrote in the comments yesterday or the day before. It was really nice meeting you in the hot tub in whatever city, and it's so good to see. So glad I found your YouTube channel. I was just like, what? I was like, we were sitting in a. Cause if you're sitting in a hot tub at a hotel, you end up talking to people. They're talking, but so I can't remember who this person is. She said in Warren, Michigan. So that means that's the Best Western on Convention Boulevard that I stay at in Warren, Michigan, which is in Detroit. So I'm trying to remember who it was I spoke to. But yeah, it's always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you when you travel, do you listen to broadcasts every time you drive?
I listen to a mixture of things. I listen to either podcasts. If I'm doing a story that day, I'll listen to a podcast about the subject. One or two of them. I'll listen to a lengthy one, then a short one. I'll try to. I listen to my satellite radio, 90s or hip hop or Howard Stern, and then I listen to some news channels, MSNBC or something, just find out what's going on at the top of the hour while I'm driving. I'll make sure I get on the top of the hour, see what's happening in the world, and then a lot of music. I have an iPod with, I don't know how much music is on it. Enough music, more music than anyone ever needs. And if I get bored, I'm saying, okay, I want to hear this song. I want to hear this song. I want to hear this song. My top 3 favorite Viners. Oh my gosh, that's a tough question. Let me make a BuzzFeed list for you, Ryan, and I'll get on that. Top 3 favorite Viners. It's tough to even. I think go on.
Okay. What is the best or worst trip?
This was the worst, only because of, like I said, how long it was and the weather. Once I woke up in North Carolina last week, and it was sunny, and I put on t-shirt and shorts, and then I drove 5 hours north to get to my next location, and I got there just as the sun was going down. I filmed it, and I was freezing cold. So I had to put on pants and stuff in the car. And then that night when I was getting stuff out of the car and going outside stuff, it was freezing. The next morning I was in Virginia, and it was just brutally cold. Then Pennsylvania, New York State, just back to Toronto. I mean, Yeah. My best trip ever, probably, that's hard. I think probably my California trip I did April, May of this year. That one I did. I had a list of all the locations in California that I really thought I hadn't done ever. I had been asked to do a lot of them, and I didn't know if I was going to ever get around them, because I always do little stuff in California. I don't do any of the big stuff. So I did a lot of big videos there, big topics, and it paid off. I ended up getting like 30,000 subscribers from that. Do I ever wake up and forget where I am? Yes. That happens not when I'm here in Toronto, Thomas, but on the road, yeah. It takes me a second to figure out what the hell's going on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Will I be coming to Detroit? Yes, I will. I've got 2 interviews lined up for Detroit that I'm going to be doing, and some other locations. I just don't know when. There's something I've got to make a few work out a few things, but yeah, I will be going to Detroit. Yeah, I'm always in Detroit. I love it.
What is your favorite location?
Favorite location?
Yeah.
Is it still going? There's no movement.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I would do a meetup in Detroit, Colleen. My favorite location? I like, I like stuff. I like modern pop culture history, right? I don't necessarily care. Not care. I don't necessarily like old Hollywood that much. I used to, um, and filming locations I like, but I like modern pop culture history. Like, um, if you show me, Kanye West's childhood home, or show me where Eminem posed for a photo in 1994, and let me go find that exact location. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like finding. I like I like the hunt. I like looking at a picture and saying, okay, well, what's that in the background? What's that? And then going on Street View,
Yeah.
and trying to find the location. So I like modern pop culture history, stuff that could be 5 years ago, even, or and stuff, hip hop, rap stuff, some rock bands that I like. If they pose for a photo, or if they did something at a certain place, and there's photos to Britney Spears, something like that. Leslie just said something like that. I had so much fun with the Britney Spears stuff, like being outside of her mansion in Kentwood, just walking. It was so quiet except for those fucking frogs. It was really nice. Just Britney Spears stuff is something I always wanted to do. And if you look on a map where Kentwood is, it's just about 20 minutes too far away from everything. It's an hour's drive away from everything, but then an extra 20 minutes away from anything up on top of that hour. So I was like, I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to. And then when I realized, okay, I can get there, then go to Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner was really close where they crashed. I was like, okay, I can do it all in one day. So I was like, wow, I can actually finally get to go and see Britney Spears' house, her childhood home, it's stuff that I saw as a kid. Well, not as a kid, as a teenager, like her, where she posed for all those Rolling Stone photos. And then, so it's a cool experience. I wish every celebrity had a museum about themselves. Make my life and job a lot easier. That's right, Thomas.
Do you have to check everything when you leave out the hotel?
Well, it depends. If I stay in 2 or 3 days, I just bring whatever I need with me. I just bring my camera, the phone, and microphone, and some water, wallet, maybe a light. But no, every day. I mean, only a few times on this trip did I stay more than 2 or 3 days. I ended up staying like 3 or 4 days in Toledo, Ohio, which made no sense because I was only filming one video there. But I was just so worn out from all that I had done in Detroit, so I ended up staying in Toledo, Ohio. I think 3 days at the same hotel, and it was brutally cold and off the beaten path, and there was nothing around. Yeah. Christina Aguilera's bedroom. Boom.
Um, what do people do to make you angry?
Brought my cat. I'm laughing at Ryan. Brought my cat to a hotel in Indiana. Sounds like a bad sitcom. What a bit. I don't get angry, really. I mean, I do. I do. Do I? I don't know. Um, I guess. Like I'm used to so much now. I like a lot of times, like people will write, like when I put up a video, they'll comment, "Great video, Scott," or "Awesome video," and I just uploaded it, and it's a 25-minute video. I'm like, well, you haven't watched it yet. I'd rather. How are you saying great video? I mean, it's not. Or they should say, "Good to see an upload. I'm gonna watch now." Like, I mean, I know you didn't watch it because it's only been 30 seconds. But that doesn't annoy me. It just means that people are excited to talk and excited to write stuff. They want to be first. I mean, it's cool seeing, I used to, still do, like watch YouTube stuff. You see in the comments section, somebody writes first. So it's weird seeing that on my channel now. Somebody wants to be first to comment on a video.
Yeah.
So it's cool that people want to do that. But then somebody will watch a video and then they'll put in like, oh, this, they'll type this. I'm like, yeah, I mentioned that, and that. Like, you didn't watch the video, or you stopped just before I said that, like, it's like that kid in school who corrects the teacher. I'm not the teacher, but I'm saying it's that same sort of thing. It's that kid in school that's got to correct the teacher and say, actually, and it's like, well, if you waited, I was getting to that. You know, so there's that. There's people that they don't comment on the video. They said, you should go and do this, go and do that. I'm like, well, maybe I have, maybe I will, but what do you think of the video? and I can't, and I like, you know, I would love to go visit the moors in England and see the, you know, where Anne Boleyn was beheaded underneath a rock. You know, I would love to. I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah.
And Ryan's right. When they have no idea, when I have no idea what they're referring to, yeah, that happens a lot. If somebody writes something, but I mean that happens on older videos. They'll say, "What did you mean when you did?" Or what is da da da? Or what? I'm like, I don't know. I made that video 2 years ago. I can't remember what I said. But I mean, that's all just, there's none of that really annoying me. It's just, you know, it's sweet. I'd rather have people writing and viewing than not. So, yes, Thomas, stop commenting now. Thomas, you're always allowed to comment. Thomas always makes me laugh with his comments. He's got a dirty mind.
Okay.
Oh, here's a question. Oh, how did I cope losing both of my parents? My mom passed. I'm so sorry, Nicole. I'm so sorry to hear that. Not easy. Let me tell you that. My father died over the course of 10 years. So that doesn't make it that much easier, but it makes it a little bit easier when you have that much of a buildup to somebody's death, when you know they're going to die, when you're faced with that reality. And with my mother, it was unexpected and sudden. And there's nothing like that. So if your dad's dying, Nicole, I would say you got to make sure you're spending every amount of time you can with him. You still got to go about living your life, but you got to spend as much time and quality time telling him you love him and make sure that he knows that. And then you got to prepare for it. But it's going to happen to everybody. I mean, now, like, for me, I got to face death in stages, you know, for a fish, then a hamster, then a dog, grandparents, you know, and then friends and stuff. So I've gotten to, what's left? Me. That's it. I'll be the one to die next, you know, but I won't be around to mourn that. So, you know, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, having both, you know, not having parents is a tough thing. Bizarre. So good luck, Nicole. I hope you do okay.
What get you more excited or give you more energy?
What gets me excited? Probably. I mean, when it comes to filming locations, what gets me excited is if I get to a location and I meet somebody there that either owns the property or has interesting stories to add on or tells me more. Bang energy, that's right. That's the best about filming locations, is when it's happened many times. Like when I did Brokeback Mountain, I was filming outside of the house, the abandoned house, and then finally I figured out who the owner was, and I went and found the owner at their house. It took me a long time. I spent a long time in that stupid town, and beautiful town. And they gave me free reign to run all over the house and do whatever I want. Same thing happened with the video that's coming up on Saturday. They let me run around the property and do whatever I wanted. There was another filming location. Oh, there's another filming location. It's not up yet. It's a huge movie. People all in the street were wondering what I was doing. So I was like, they were all watching me. I was like, I'm thinking of buying this place. I was just making up shit because I was busy. I didn't want to explain. I was legally parked. This is in Brooklyn. And then the owner of the place came by and said, well, you have to watch the video, because I think I explained the video. He says to me, you're not buying this place. I own it. I know why you're here. And he had a very Italian accent. And And then he took me inside and showed me some really cool stuff having to do with the movie. But the one that's coming up on Saturday was really cool because I got to know the owners. I'm now friends with them of this huge movie property. And that's happened to me with the Friday 13th Part 3, the movie studio. I'm friends with the movie studio now. You know, I've got some good connections. If you're nice and polite and sweet, you never know. You know?
Yeah.
All you have to, and same with them when I did A Quiet Place. That's when I did a Quiet Place locations up in New York, or down in New York, I should say. Hey, mister, down in New York. And I was filming from the road, and then I saw this guy in a pickup really far away. So I drove up to him and said, is it okay if I take pictures of the house? I was already taking pictures and video, but I wanted to know, I was thinking maybe he owned it. He just said, yeah, as long as you stay on the street. And then 5 minutes later, he drove down and said, you know what, I'm the caretaker of the property. You're the first person to ever ask permission. He goes, I'm going to show you something cool. And he took me into the barn and let me look all where they filmed the movie and stuff. And
Yeah.
he said, you're the only person. He goes, we get people all the time walking around the property, trespassing. He goes, you're the only person that's ever come up and asked. And I said, well, that's because I'm Canadian. And I don't want to get killed or shot while I'm filming on some private property. But it's, you know, if you're polite and you're eager, you know, more people want to help. More people want to help you than hinder you, I find. And because most people are good and most people are nice.
Yeah.
Any big collaboration videos coming up, Scott? Yeah, I've got well, Melinda, I've got a couple coming with some smaller YouTubers, and then I've got stuff tentatively scheduled for late winter, I'm hoping, or it could be early winter, it could be soon, with a couple of bigger YouTubers, and then I've been teasing the celebrity that's going to be on my channel, but there's going to be a pretty big celebrity on my channel at some point, filming with me, doing some fun stuff, who I've become friends with. But it's a matter of working out timing. It's taken me 2 years to work out the timing with this person because they're busy. They're, you know, they're an actual celebrity. It's crazy. And extremely talented, so they're very busy. But other collaborations, yeah, I've got a collaboration coming up with a guy who's just started a YouTube channel, who's incredibly smart, and he's so knowledgeable, way more knowledgeable than myself and other people do what I do. His name is Randy, Big Bake on the Move. He just knows everything about everything. We have the exact same taste in subject matter, and so we just had dinner in Alabama last week or 2 weeks ago, and unfortunately we didn't get to film because of timing. But we had dinner, and now he's filming a special for my channel, so I'm going to feature his video on my channel. Hope that answers. Hey, B-Pats, what's up?
How did you feel worked so hard?
How did I what? How did I?
How did you feel working so hard on filming?
Well, you know, I mean, like I said, this last trip was 7 weeks. After the first week, after the first 2 days in Detroit, I wanted to go home. I was kept saying, I'm going to turn around and go home. I'm going to turn around and go home. And I was saying that up until 3 days before I did come home. And when I did start coming home, I was like, I still want to. I had so much more I wanted to film. I had to cut out so much. So I'll get back down there. But yeah, I mean, I just keep pushing. You know, I just keep thinking, okay, well, drive 3 hours here, drive 3 hours there, make it to the next location, make it to the next location. I'm getting used to now that I'm home, realizing like I edit all night long. Like you can see, like I keep staying up all night editing, and I then now in the past 2-3 days, I'm like, well, I'm not at a hotel after filming all day. What am I rushing to edit all night? I have all day during the day, so that's what I did today and yesterday. That's why I'm putting up so many videos, because I know people are home right now during the break, but also I'm like, I have so much time to edit. You know, I don't have to edit till 4 in the morning in a hotel room after I've been filming all day. So I'm trying to get used to that schedule for a little while. For a little while. I don't plan on going anywhere for a while, so.
One thing that was really great or bad travel.
One thing that was great.
Yeah. Great or bad travel?
Bad travel or trouble?
Travel. Just like you're traveling.
I mean, like I said, weather is not my favorite thing to drive in. I'm a very experienced driver. It's all I do is drive. But I mean, I'd rather drive in a snowstorm than I would in rain. I don't. That's for sure. I hate driving in rain. Can't stand it. And I'm a Canadian, so I'm used to snow and snowstorms. I'll drive in a blizzard half a mile to get a coffee. You know what I mean? Like Canadians, that's what we do. But rain is the worst. Rain. I hate slick roads and stuff. And you know, if you're driving through when you don't know the roads where you are. Like if you're in West Virginia, if you're in the mountains in California, if you don't know them that well, you know, you got to be careful. So that's the worst. Yeah, I guess, right? Leslie can't stand rain. Rain is the worst to drive in. And because then I'm just like always thinking, well, maybe it's going to magically stop when I get out of my car to film. Luckily, that's only a couple of times I've had to film in the pouring rain. I think I have another video coming up soon in the pouring rain. I mean, extreme cold. I have one coming that I did last Wednesday that was in a valley in Pennsylvania, and it was unbelievably cold. The park ranger there told me it was the coldest he'd ever been too. It was only me and the park ranger walking around this place.
Yeah.
I can't stand the rain. People drive nuts in the rain. That's exactly right, Colleen. And Canadians are the worst drivers. And I said it, and I mean it, and it's true, because as soon as I crossed the border on Thursday around 9 o'clock, I swear to God, it's just a whole different thing with Canadians and driving. I don't know what's going on with us. They just drive. It was raining and it was snowing so it was wet snow and people speeding and just driving so fast. And I'm like, come on, like you're an accident waiting to happen. Canadians are the worst. We're the most polite people, but when it comes to driving, no. Colleen, I'm telling you, Florida drivers are actually the worst, Leslie. I said that to my friend yesterday. The guy, Randy Big. I said that to him. He's in Florida right now filming. And I said, oh, God, Florida. So Florida drivers are the worst. California drivers are the best. I've been to 46 states and Canada, so I know what I'm talking about. I know Florida drivers are insane, Thomas. California drivers are all just like, oh, yeah, go. They don't give it. They're like, yeah, go. They don't care because they know they're going to be stuck in traffic anyways. So, two cars are approaching. There's no room. One car will automatically stop, let the other go by. That doesn't happen here in Toronto. Doesn't happen in Florida. Both will go right close to each other. Like, okay, who's got the bigger, you know what? Yeah. So Florida drivers suck, but Canadian drivers suck too. Sorry, Canada. I love you, but you suck when it comes to drivers. I'm trying to think if I have a Canadian something here to show now, so people know I love Canada. Oh, wow. Scott, when did you start YouTube? And how long was it for your page to take off? Leslie, I believe I started in April. Alberta, April 2017?
Yeah.
Is that when I started? You found my first video.
Yeah.
It was April 2017, Leslie, and then I think I have to look. Well, let me see. It was when I did my Michael Jackson grave video. So let's see. That was the one where I was actually, that was filmed in California, obviously. And then later on in August, I was in Florida with my friends, and we were in a hotel room waiting to go for dinner. And then my phone just kept going bing, 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 bing. And I was just getting view after view and subscriber after subscriber. And then it went over 1,000 subscribers. Now I'm trying to think if that was August of 2017, if that was August of 2018. I can't remember. I'm going to see if I can tell you. But so it could have taken 4 months, or it could have taken a year and 4 months. Let me see. Let's see where the Michael Jackson.
That was like 2018.
When I did the Michael Jackson grave?
Yeah.
When did do you know when I uploaded it?
Let me see.
How do you find that so fast? I can't find that. I'm looking, but I don't know where. There's a Lost Boys. It's the first time I ever.
It's on March. In March, yeah.
March of 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. This is all old videos that I've never uploaded. This is I'm looking in a California file of unused footage. This is all videos stuff. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I never uploaded that, never, yeah. But so then, Leslie, to answer your question, so it took a year before I saw any movement. You know, I was getting like 200 and 300, then 400. And then I was in Florida, so it would be August 2018, where it went over 1,000 subscribers. And that was very, that was really cool. That was a really cool. No, my first video was a Bleachers concert, Alberta said.
Mm-hmm.
And then the alligators.
Yeah.
But, and then the dinosaur one, right? I did the
Yeah.
dinosaurs, and then Salton Sea and all that. But, yeah, it was a really great feeling, Leslie. Like hearing that, like it was like a slot machine going off. And I was showing my friends, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, and all, like my video went from like 200, 300 views to like 40,000 or 50,000 in like 3 hours. It was insane. Like Michael Jackson fans found it and just watch now. I mean, that's my most watched video. And yeah. And then, you know, then slowly started rising, then stopped and started, then stopped and started. I had a really great spike during the pandemic, and now it's slowed down a bit again. I'm getting like 2,000 subscribers a month. I was getting 5,000, 8,000 a month during the pandemic, and now it's slowed down. So I'm hoping it'll jump up again. Thank you, Leslie. And we'll film together soon one day. And Leslie has a great channel too. And a great TikTok. I gotta watch more TikTok. So we will one day, Leslie. What's Silas, the realtor, out of all the videos you've done, which video touched you the most? I already get choked up just thinking about some of them. One I filmed on Wednesday of last week. It's not up yet. I didn't expect it to hit me the way it did. I did not. And unfortunately, there's part of it that I can't show the viewers because you're not allowed to film inside a certain part, and that's where I got the most choked up. Definitely, but I can't say what it is because I haven't put it up yet. But it'll be up soon. But anything to do with like I've always said, the James Byrd, the black man who was basically lynched down in Texas, down in Tyler, Texas. Matthew Shepard, you know, things like that. Anything where it's a true crime, but when it's particularly based around race or sexuality or like bullying, things like that, you know, it is going to affect me because I hate shit like that. And, you know, and then Paul Walker. Yeah, Paul Walker. I was one of the first to go out there. I didn't know how to do videos back then. I don't know if I do now even, but Paul Walker video was hard to do. And I just did another one. I just did the one about Susan Smith, about her murdering her little boys. And I just did another one that I haven't put up yet about the murder of some children. And that was really, really tough. So anything to do with little kids, you know, like the helpless. I think I said it on the Susan Smith video. Anything to do with, you know, people harming children, animals, or the elderly. And JonBenét, you know, like JonBenét Ramsey. I said it in the video. I still think about it even after I put it up. JonBenét Ramsey became like this punchline. You weren't alive, or you were alive, Alberta, but you probably don't remember JonBenét Ramsey when it was going back in 1996 when the story hit. She was a punchline on talk shows and for comedians, you know, with her, you know, all dressed up in her pageant gear and all that. But at the heart of it all, she's just a sweet, innocent 6-year-old girl who is something, whatever the hell, we don't even know what happened to her. So stuff like that affects me. Yeah, Selena, Left Eye. Yeah, yeah. Anything I would love to cover that I haven't been able to yet? Annie's Shabby Chic. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things in England. I have some stuff coming from England soon that I did in collaboration with somebody. That's going to be really cool. It's pretty much all film, but now they're going out this weekend to get something else from me to add to it. I got to work on those. But there's lots of places in England, Australia. But I mean, the United States has so much, like literally so much. And aside from a few states where there isn't much, the rest of the states has so much. So I'll never run out. But so there's a few things. I mean, movie-wise, for filming locations, there's not too many that I'm still like, oh, I got to cover that. I've done the movies I want to, but I'll always find other movies that I'll think, okay, I'll do that. There's ones that I want to do over.
Yeah.
Annie's Shabby Chic. I would love to do my Training Day video again. I would love to do 8 Mile again. I like to do those properly. They're not done properly in what I think, but people like them, and they're the only ones I guess out there, so people watch them. But somebody else could come along and do Training Day or 8 Mile right now and do it a lot better than I did, because I didn't know. I was just filming. Like, I get to a filming location, I'm just like, okay, here we are. This is it. And that's it for me. For me, that's all I need. I'm excited. Like, I show you the building.
Yeah.
And show you the scene. But then some people like the really intricate of showing, well, go up right to the building and show this brick is the same brick that you see. And why would it be the same brick? It's the same building. Who cares? Show me that, and I'll go to the next one. I get very frustrated. Like, so I try to show something. Like, if I see something that matches up that's cool, or if I can take something, like it's on the ground, that's in the movie, that's cool. But if I see little things that maybe, like there's state part of the building's gone, but then there's one thing still standing, that to me is cool. But otherwise, I'm just like, what, like if I go to the high school from Greece, I show you the gymnasium. Yeah. I don't have to show you the fucking tiled floor and say, look, the tile matches up exactly right here. If you go right along here and you crawl on your hands and feet and you go really close and you aim from this angle, that tile is the same tile you see under John Travolta's shoes. Shut up! I don't care. I see the gym. Show me something else. I just like the feeling of being in filming locations. Vivian from Radiator Springs. But some people have different stuff. Some people love that stuff, which I guess I am making fun of it, but there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like that intricacy, Yeah. I want people to feel like they're on the set with me, that they're there. Yeah, Leslie, you can't win either way. You can't win, Leslie. I'm telling you, some people, I get, best thing to do, Leslie, is to take a shot of, either bring the movie with you and have it on your phone so you can match up the shot. You can match up the exact line of shot. Then when you edit, do a screen, side-by-side comparison. And then that's it, and then if you notice a couple of things, point out a couple of things that are the same. But you can't win. So just do it your style. And Leslie, I was just telling a YouTuber yesterday or 2 days ago, Brandon, he was just on here. I was just telling Brandon, I was saying, if you go and do filming locations, if you're not having because people say, oh, you're doing it wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this right, you're doing it wrong. If you go to filming locations and you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong, because it should be fun. You should be having fun while you're doing film location. Graves, true crime, that's not fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy making the film or the video. But when you do film locations, have fun and make it fun. Like the one I have coming up on Saturday is huge. I went to every location from a giant movie, and I'm putting it up Saturday, and I had fun. I made it fun for myself. I don't know if anybody else is going to find it fun or funny, but I have to. I have to enjoy myself when I go to film locations, because that's like a break from the other stuff I do.
Yeah. Let's see. I know that you are saying that you use your iPhone to do filming. So,
Hmm.
so did you ever like how long do you charge your phone in the car when you
Well,
try
I
to?
have, oh, my phone, this is not plugged in right now. This is my 12,
Yeah.
and then I'm talking to you on the 13 right now, and I bring the film movie along with me on this phone, or
Mm-hmm.
information about what I'm filming, and then I just charge them while I'm driving. You know, I don't leave the house unless my phone is 100% charged, or the hotel in the morning. You
Yeah.
know, and then uh, downloading movies and YouTube clips and stuff, which you have to do. I don't do on my 13 because it does wear out the battery.
Yeah.
Um, I just do I use a 12 for that now. Yeah. So it's yeah, you know, I use an iPhone. It's the best camera around. The
Yeah.
iPhone 13. I was at a Best Buy trying out cameras about God, it would have been the start of October. Just when I
Yeah.
got back from my Chicago, New York trip before I went to California for the second time. I was thinking about getting different cameras. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go keep with the iPhone 13. I bought a portable charger last year and I can't find it. I don't know where I put it. Ever thought of doing an Indiegogo to make a big project? Yeah, Shannon. I'm thinking more Indiegogo or GoFundMe, more for just funding, just to continue traveling. The big projects will come. There's ones I want to do because I want to make full length documentaries on some subjects, but I'd rather do them as part of the channel. I'll never stop doing the channel, so I'd rather make a full length documentary and put it up for free on my channel, but have people helping out by PayPal and donate on YouTube and or maybe an Indiegogo. But when it comes to you know a big project, there are big projects I have in mind, but I'm more. I just want to be able to do the channel. I just want to be able to afford to do the channel, afford to pay my bills, live a life. You know, I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be famous. I just need to make the money to continue.
Let's see. Do you have to cancel your traveling?
Do I have to cancel it?
Yeah. Did you ever like cancel your traveling? Like things come up?
I don't think that's happened in 5 years. I don't think I've ever canceled something. You know, looking back on it now, um, I for sure I went to Texas in January of 2020 before the pandemic. I got back to Canada just before I left. I got into Texas January 13th. Um, my mother was in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to Texas for 3 weeks to film, and it was great. I mean, in terms of, I got so many more subscribers and views, but my mother ended up dying 2 months later. I didn't know she was going. If I had known she was that sick, if I had known that, I would have canceled the trip. I wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
I would have, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
looking back at it, that's when I would have canceled. But otherwise, no. I know. Every trip I got something good out of it, you know. And there, you could tell, like at the Vancouver trip I did a year ago. It seems like a long time ago. That seems like 3 years ago, to be honest, when I went to Vancouver and Calgary. Um, I uploaded so many things. They were doing so great with views. And then I started uploading the smaller things that I thought were interesting. And it turns out nobody else found them interesting at all.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh boy, time for me to upload from California. So I went to California. Thank you, Colleen. How did you get into the show, Michael? Oh, how did I get in the show, Michael? Well, Lil Massey, that's a cool. Jill Massey. I saw Lil. Jill Massey. Um, a guy who I'm now really good friends with. Again, he kept messaging me on Instagram about getting me into Michael Jackson's mausoleum, and I get a lot of messages on Instagram and Facebook of people asking me, I can get you here, or would you want to film this, or you should film this. And so, it's hard to kind of follow up with him. And he messaged me 2 or 3 times, and then he had like a private account, that you can't see. So I followed back because he asked me like 2 or 3 times, and I looked at him. I was like, this guy seems normal. You know, like he doesn't seem like I was like seeing him with his family and stuff, and his friends and young guys, a little younger than me. I just seemed normal, to put it mildly. And so I messaged him back and I said, "Really? Like how?" And then we started talking, and then we just decided. Okay, I said, okay, if you think so, if you think you can get me in. So he has a family member in there, to put it to basically put it. He has a family member in there, so he can go in. Now, they did not know I was going to go in with him. They did not know he was going to be bringing someone in, but he doesn't have to disclose that. They saw me on camera at the security in the at the doors to the mausoleum. You don't go in. There are back doors that are hidden where they let people in now. And I was on camera just standing there like, and then we went in and shot it. And 2 days later, I was watching the footage and I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him, and he said, well, let's go back. And I said, you think you like, I mean, that's kind of like risky. And he goes, no, if you want to go back, let's go back and get the footage you want. So we went back again. They let him in again. And then they see me on camera. And I'm just like thinking to myself, like, do you guys not like the security there is kind of crazy. Like there's no signs that say you can't film. So I didn't break any rules. I didn't break any laws, but they don't want you to film. You're not supposed to really be in there in the mausoleum unless you have film. But they didn't stop me. And I'm just like, I'm pretty distinctive looking with this hair. They know that I've done Michael Jackson. I've talked to the people that work there. They knew my Michael Jackson video. And then I got into Joe Jackson's private area where I'm not allowed to be. And I filmed there and I walked around. They let me in. So then they let me in again to the mausoleum twice. So I was just like, what? I don't know what. It's just weird. So now we're really good friends. We both love hockey, so we hit it off really well.
Yeah. What is great feedback you received?
Good feedback I've received. I mean, I always, I put up the mean comments sometimes on my Instagram stories if I get a mean comment, but I don't put up the nice. I only put up some of the nice ones, and I get like 97% nice, and it's because people are nice, and I guess I get feedback about maybe don't turn your camera so fast and spin around, and I thought I stopped doing that. I used to get that all the time in the first 2 years. And somebody just wrote that about a video I put up recently. I'm like that video. There's like it makes me seasick the way you twist and move the camera so fast. I'm like, have you seen The Matrix or any other movies? Like, what can you watch? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what? How do you live your life if I move the camera like this to show something? You just got whiplash, or you feel sick to your stomach? I don't understand. And I get feedback like that, or I get nice feedback, like because I do mumble to myself and swear, and then some people like that. A few people don't. I'm just myself. When I'm walking shady after this up the street, I'll be mumbling to myself and on the street and talking away or singing. Oh, thank you, Annie. I've done 3 or 4 Grease videos. I hope you get to see all of them. Those are some of my favorites. The Grease one really helped too because I think other people had done Grease, maybe filming locations in the past, but I don't think nobody's done as many as I have now or gone to as many locations. I don't think. I haven't checked, so maybe they have. But I don't think anybody did the Grease locations. When I did them, I just stopped at the high school on my way to my hotel when I was driving through, and because I planned on doing another day, I was like, I still got enough light, I'll do it. I did it so quickly, and that really helped my channel was that Grease video. But I don't think anybody did it with as much love for the movie as I did. You know what I mean? Like, I loved Grease as a kid, so I was really excited walking around where it was filmed. So I think maybe that came across in the video, and I hope that comes across in all my videos because I would never fake that. I would never, that's just lame. So you're welcome, Annie. Ah, that's a good question. Um, uh, okay, I'll get two questions here. Ryan says traveling, shooting, editing, posting, and promoting. What's your favorite part of the process? They're all, traveling if I get to the right place and, if I'm filming with somebody, enjoying it. Shooting is always fun if it's a fun location. Some of them stress me out. Editing, the best part is when you're done editing and you're like, well, this is it. It's time to make it into a file and get it uploaded. I mean, that's the best feeling is when something's edited and you're like, there's nothing more I can do with this. Or, there's always something more you can do, but you're like, well, that's what I've done with it. So I think the most fun is when you're done editing. And I know a lot about the Elizabeth Smart story, J. King. And Utah is a state I have not been to yet. It's one of the ones that I've been putting off because there's so much I want to film there. Now the problem with the Elizabeth Smart story is there's the house, and maybe the street where she was found, where the police found her, when she said "Thou sayest," when they said, "Are you Elizabeth Smart?" When she finally said it's her. But there's not much. Thankfully, she's alive, so there's no grave to go to. So that's a nice thing. I mean, to go up into those woods where she was held captive, I don't know if I'd be able to find the exact spot. I'm not sure. I've never looked into that, if they have that marked down somewhere. So there's not much with Elizabeth Smart other than the house and maybe where she was found. And yeah, I love the editing part too. Elizabeth Short in Bassett, Virginia. I don't know that case. Ryan, you have to tell me about it. Yeah, I like solving the problem too with editing. I do like that, right? Like that's coming to kind of come up with a lot of videos I shot in the past 7 weeks because I started shooting so many. I know I left out stuff, but you got to fill in the gaps with voiceovers or pictures and fancy editing. Use footage from something else and make it look like it's something else. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun putting in the pieces of the puzzle. That's what making a video is like, is putting the puzzle pieces together. And did I know Dave Hughes? I don't know Dave Hughes. No. Who's Dave Hughes? Huh. I don't know Dave Hughes. I don't see. Yes, baby. What's up? You got a question, Alberta?
Yeah. um, let's see. Sometimes I know that you need help to get to place that I know everybody donate money to you.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that feel for you? Did somebody donate money to
Oh,
you?
I love it. I mean, any like what I do is like YouTube doesn't pay that much. People think YouTubers are rich. I mean, I'm a small YouTuber still,
Mm-hmm.
but YouTubers don't make that much money. YouTube takes so much money. They make so much money with their advertising and everything. It's crazy. But they take so much, especially from small content creators, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy, but so it's nice when somebody. It's like if you're an artist and you're a visual artist, like not like Renoir, but like that, and you create a piece of art and you hang it in a gallery and somebody buys it. It's great because it helps you make money to create the next piece of art, but it makes it known that your art is appreciated. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it means to me the most. It means that somebody actually appreciates what I'm doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what I mean when somebody donates it. I mean, I know what it's like to work hard before YouTube, and I know what it's like to work hard doing YouTube. So I know when people spend their hard-earned money, it's like when they spend their hard-earned money to go see a concert, or buy a T-shirt of a band they like. So if somebody spends their hard-earned money to donate to me, I appreciate it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And without that help, I wouldn't be able to keep going.
Yeah. Um, If anyone's not helping you, what will you do?
If anyone's not helping me,
Yeah.
I just film. I would just end up filming closer to Toronto because I wouldn't be able to travel as much. I just film, make my channel Scott on Toronto, and just film all Toronto stuff and probably have no views. But you know, so I don't know. Maybe that. You know, I don't know. I don't. Thankfully, I'm making money on YouTube, so you know. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, I was doing it when I had another job, so I still be doing it. But after 5 years, it's nice to be able to be doing it full time and making the money to continue doing it. And like I always said, I don't buy anything really except for stuff for Shady. I don't buy everything I earn or donate goes into the channel.
Yeah.
Has to. Seems like 3 years ago. 3 years ago would have been what, 2018. I can only, yes, and that's the problem is 5 years of being on YouTube in April. Everything is a blur. Like I can't. I mean, I can remember if somebody shows me a video I did, I can tell you where I was. Obviously I can tell you where I was, but I can tell you what the day was like. I can tell you minuscule information about the video, but overall, the past 5 years are a blur. Like I mean, they've gone so fast. You know, and anything I filmed in the first 2 years, I would love to redo. Hi, Wendy.
Did you ever take like the wrong route, whatever location you had to go to?
Yeah, yeah, I've gotten. Oh yeah, all the time. You know, I mean, that's every day. Every day I'm filming, I go the wrong way. You name it. It doesn't matter. It's like even with GPS on my car, in my car, and GPS on my phone. I make the wrong turn. I'll make the wrong turn 85% of the time, no matter what. Because I always assume, like a typical male, that I know better than the GPS. And, you know, the GPS is always right, usually. Usually. I get into a lot of arguments with the GPS. It gets lonely in the car, so I scream and yell, and you know, then we have a timeout. We don't speak for a little bit. But yeah, I get lost all the time. I mean, I'm in a different city. Like you know, sometimes on this last trip, I'd wake up and then be in Birmingham, then Huntsville, then Mobile, towns and cities that I don't know. I'm not going to get lost in Los Angeles or Toronto or New York, really, but I'm going to get lost in these small, you know, Wilmington, North Carolina, and Union County, South Carolina. I thought I knew better than GPS when I did the Susan Smith thing. I was like, I'm driving along, going to the lake. I was at a completely different lake. I was 20 minutes away. I just assumed I knew the way in my head from looking at the map. And I went the wrong way. Yeah. When do Patreon get to see the rest of my house? Shannon, that's a good question. What I'm going to do is we're getting new doors put in the house by our contractor because all the doors swelled up. We have 19 doors in the house or something, or 27 doors. An insane amount of doors. And they gave us cheap doors, and they all swelled up over the summer with the heat and cracked. So some of them don't open and close properly. So they're all new doors are on order. So I'm waiting for those to come. But I got to put up a Patreon video again soon. Patreon is definitely helps me so much. So I've got a video or two. I've got a few videos I can do for Patreon, and but I will be doing one of those soon. I'll show you the house. I promise. And I just got back, so I got to clean up. Typical male. That's right, Colleen. I think I know directions better than the GPS. I'm like, yeah, that can't be right. But I also try to test myself. I do try to test myself. Like, I'll look at the GPS. Like, if I'm going out after I've got to a hotel and I got to go out shopping somewhere, I'll look up, like, the Target or Walmart or the restaurant where I get some food. And then I'll just look up the address, look at the route. Then I'll try to go on the route without GPS. And then if I spend more than one day in the town, I like to not use GPS if I'm not going to a specific location. I'm like, let's see if I know my way around now. Let's see if I can find my way back to the hotel or whatever. And usually I don't. Usually I end up driving around.
Let's see. I noticed that you always like post like an Instagram story, you driving at night.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it on a
I always do that. I used to always. I do. I mean, I just like to. I don't know why I do that actually, but I like to. I like to show where I am. You know, if somebody's watching my Instagram story, I'm like, well, let's. I don't know who's watching, so I'm like, to show. Let's take a quick clip of whatever I'm listening to. Maybe it'll get them to listen to that same song later, or they'll be like, oh, I never heard of that, or never heard of them, and then show it with the road because I spent so much time in my car driving around. So I'm like,
yeah.
that's cool. One of the favorite videos I did was the McDonald's cruise ship. Thank you, Shan. That was by luck. That video too. It's got like 100,000 views, and it was by luck. I was with my friend Jesse and Poco in Poco Port Quidlam or whatever the fuck it's called. I think they call it Poco in Vancouver, BC. We went for dinner, and he's like, you ever gonna do the McDonald's ship? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he told me, I was like, oh yeah, I heard about that thing. And he's like, it's right down the street from here. So I was like, oh man, I should. So I was like, damn it, that's another thing because I had so many things to do that day. I had Rambo locations. The next day, I had a whole bunch of stuff I was doing. And then I went there at like 8 in the morning or something, or 9 in the morning on my way out of Vancouver. I was on my way to Alberta through the mountains. And I just stopped by where it was supposed to be and asked the people. And what you see is what you get. I walked around the boat, then left, and then the rest was editing. And I didn't think, it was somebody on TikTok uploaded a bunch of footage of it, and I knew it was my footage. I could tell, and they were like talking over it. And I was like, you're making it seem like you were on the boat. Like, I know the way I shoot things. So I messaged them. I'm like, hey, man, like, and then they had a YouTube channel where somebody said, and it was my footage again. So I made them take it down. I said, like, I was kind of nice about it, but I was like, don't lie to people. I was like, you're not on that boat. I was. I risked my life on the McDonald's boat. Yeah, the Warriors I've always wanted to do. The Wanderers I don't know so much. Peaky Blinders. No, I didn't. The Warriors I will do one day. And no, I didn't report them. I didn't report the TikToker or the YouTuber because the TikToker drove so much to my channel, drove so much traffic. So the TikTok video helped promote my channel. The YouTube one I didn't report, but they took it down, and I think they put it back up. To be honest, I think there's another video on YouTube with using my footage too. Some YouTubers, I mean, they ask if they could use my footage for stuff. I get asked that once a week about a certain subject, and I'll always say yes. Just give me a credit, because I have to use footage from other things that I don't have permission to use. I'll have to use quick clips or whatever. Like I did the Britney Spears video. I used the Russian lady singing "Baby One More Time" at the beginning, and I tried to get the person's YouTube. I tried to get their attention. Like, hey, can I use those ladies singing "Baby"? I never heard about them, so I still put it up. But I thanked them in the credits still. At least put a thank you in the description.
Yeah.
That's the thing with being a small YouTuber. You have to cannibalize news footage, or if you're doing what I do, you have to get footage from somewhere or pictures, or figure out how to use clips and music, because you can't afford the rights to any of these things. So I have plenty of tricks that I do.
Okay. Let's see. Do you ever receive a bad feedback? Like a bad
feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And that's good. Like I said, if they have something to say that makes sense, I'm all for it. Give me the feedback. Tell me what you think. If they're polite, or they're like, you got this wrong, or I didn't understand what you did here. If it's polite, bad feedback or negative feedback, I'll leave it out. Great. But if it's like, if they're, like I've always said, if you're racist, homophobic, sexist, or ageist, and you're going to make a comment, fuck off. If you're going to make a comment about my hair, be original. Every joke's been made. Just be original. Make me laugh. If they make me laugh with their comments, then I'll definitely leave it out. But if they're rude or something, just some people are like can be crazy. Like somebody wrote today on my channel, I can't remember what video it was on, but I saw the comment today. They're like, I never understand why somebody takes the time to write a negative comment. They wrote it under somebody's name. Like, why don't you just click off the video and move on? And I was like, yeah, like I've never written a negative comment under anybody's video ever on YouTube. And that, way before I was doing YouTube. It's weird to me. And it's weird when people are really personal. But it's I'm like it's very weird. Like people get some people get really upset about my hair. I'm just like, it's just hair. And then one guy recently wrote, I can't look at you, your eyes, they're disgusting. I can't watch you because of your eyes. Oh, ew. I was like, what? That's so mean. Oh, I'm like, what's wrong with my eyes? But if they're funny, I tell you, like sometimes somebody will write something, I laugh. But the best part is, if somebody writes a negative comment and you can tell that it took them 15 minutes to write it because it's long and they have to, and they probably are like, they don't know how to text properly. So, and I just start reading, I'm like, oh, you're negative and you're being an asshole. Delete. And I just start laughing because I'm like, it took you so long to write that mean comment and I didn't even read half of it before I deleted it. And then you never get to see it up there again. Yeah. So that makes me laugh when I do that to people. But otherwise, I leave negative comments up. Yeah, unless they're sexist, racist, homophobic, ageist, something like that. You know, unless they're like that, then, you know, if that right away. You know, if they use foul language, that's no problem. But if they use certain words, that's a problem. How can you donate? I can go to my PayPal, Scott on Tape, Silas. And it's underneath each of my videos. Thank you for asking. There's PayPal, and you can join my Patreon. I don't know the Wanderers movie that well, Peaky Blinders. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to check that out.
Let's see. Do you like when people talk about themselves?
Do I like what?
Do you like when people talk about themselves?
Yeah, I mean, I like to. I'm very curious about. I mean, I meet so many people on the road and filming and stuff, and you know, I'm very curious. I love to hear about people's lives and what they do and how they live their lives and where and stuff like that. I mean, I talk about myself all the time on YouTube, like in terms of live chats, and right now I'm talking about myself as, you know, and in real life, I don't, people want to ask me questions now that I'm, you know, have a little bit of success on YouTube. When I meet them, they want to talk about YouTube, and I love that. I'll answer any question, but I'm also genuinely interested in what other people, you know, I'm still interested in other people. I'm not just all in my own head. Like, I'm really interested. I love seeing how other people live, where they live. And, you know, if they have family and they have little kids and stuff that are cute to play with, it's just fun. You know, I get to meet, you know, if they have pets or like, you know, I got to meet a nice family in New Jersey. I got to meet the grandparents and hang out with them. The grandparents I still talk to. I love that stuff. Mm-hmm. Worst experience at a film location. The one that comes to mind is from Silence of the Lambs. Now, where the hell's the house? Maybe Arlington, Virginia, is where it was. Because I got to it and I realized I went to the wrong address. So I was like, screw this. I'll stay the night and film it in the morning. And it's the house that the FBI raids at the end, but it's the wrong house. They think they're raiding Buffalo Bill's house. So I've had some bad experiences, but this one stands out because it was the first time I ever got into an altercation with somebody, and I didn't back down. Because I don't back down in real life in altercations with people. I'm going to yell back or whatever. But when I'm filming, I'm always like respectful, especially if I'm in the States. I don't want to get, you know, thrown out for arguing around or whatever.
Yeah.
But this lady just comes up to me and is like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." She's like, "Why are you filming that house?" And I said, "It was in a movie." She goes, "Well, you can't be here." I said, and I was like, "Yes, I can." She goes, "No, you can't." I said, "Yes, I can." She said, "No, you can't." I said, "Yes, I can." So I kept filming. She goes, "Put your camera down. You can't film that house." I said, "Lady, I can film whatever I want. I'm on a public street. I can film wherever and whenever I want to." And then she started getting her groceries out of the car. She went into her house. She comes back out with the screen door open, and she's yelling at me, and I'm trying to film. And I start filming her, and she's like, "Don't put the camera on me." I'm like, "Well, you're yelling at me." I said, "I'm going to keep filming." She goes, "You're not allowed to film here." I said, "Lady, call the cops. Call the cops if I'm not allowed to be here." And she's like, "I will." I said, "Well, then do it." And then she said, "I'll get your license plate." I said, "Here, let me help you." So I got in my car, I backed into her driveway, and I got out of the car. I pointed at my license plate. I said, "Here, take a photo of my license plate. Take a photo or video." And then there was the exchange of FUs and fingers, and then that was it. But you know, otherwise, a few other filming locations. I can't really think. Oh, I mean, there's one in the desert in California. The old guy that owns the property was screaming at me, and I heard that he runs that little studio. Well, it's not a studio; it's a film set. And I heard he was a bit of a dick, and he was. He was yelling at me, and I just was like, "Okay, all right, whatever. Leave me alone."
Um, where do you think is the best travel?
I mean, they're all everything has a plus. Everything has something. Uh, there's there's nothing like California in terms of weather, you know, stuff. But you know, if you want to take a break in California, you can take a break, but you can't go in the ocean. It's too cold. Now in Florida, you want to take a break in the summer or spring, you know, fall. You can take a break and actually go in the ocean, the Gulf of Mexico or lower South Atlantic. You can go in the water. So there's something to be said for that. Now there's something to be said for if you want to visit Toronto in the springtime or summer. There's nothing to there for me, growing up in Toronto, Canada, there's nothing like Toronto in the summer. I love it, and I'm Northern Ontario, where you go up north. There's nothing like New York in the heat of the summer, in the summer heat, when it's sweltering, walking around. So there's something
Yeah.
everywhere. You know, I wouldn't go back to Wisconsin or what's it? You know, oh my God, Wyoming in November, like when I did 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But I go back to Wisconsin and Wyoming in the spring or summer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's times to go to places, there's times not. I think, but Jaws will. And I'm not afraid of sharks, but don't get me started with bats and geese, Tom. Bats and geese, they can go fuck themselves, especially geese.
Mhm.
Am I going to try to make the forest lawn this coming June 25th? Uh, I don't know. That's gonna be. It's only the 13th anniversary, right? Ashley, that's my friend Ashley. I have a video coming with Ashley. Daddy's little monster cosplay. Giggle every time I say that name. Daddy's little monster cosplay. Ashley's very sweet. And that video's coming. It's gonna be a good one. Her and I did a really good video together. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what's coming next. All I know is Ashley. What I've filmed. I gotta edit. I want to take 2 to 3 months and not travel. But I haven't even been home a week. I'm already writing down. I'm starting to do my little thing where I'm writing down here, writing down there. I've got lists already made. So I'm thinking, well, I could sneak away for a week here or 2 weeks there to film. But really, I've got so much already filmed. I gotta work on it.
Um,
Hammerhead sharks. Ooh.
mm, do you like other cities?
I do. Yeah, I love LA. I love New York. I love Uh, uh, Chicago and Detroit, especially. I can't believe I forgot Detroit. um, yeah, I love it. I love all the cities I go to. There's a couple I wouldn't go back to necessarily, but I got to go back to Miami because I used to go a lot with friends and stuff and ex-girlfriends. We used to go to Miami a lot, but I haven't been back to Miami in like 3-4 years. Last time I was in Florida filming, I don't think I went, and so there's stuff I got to do down there. Um, Miami. Uh, is one city where there's a lot of stuff I can do, but and I don't know if how Savannah I love. It's a pretty big city. Yeah, lots of cities. Yeah, New York is probably L.A., Toronto, Detroit, then New York. And I used to really not like New York, but I love it again. I didn't forget Detroit. I just Colleen, I just I just had a brain fear. I cannot forget Detroit. It's written on my arm. Really love the one I did on Lisa Lopez being small. Thank you so much. D is the man. Oh, I got something else coming that you'll like then. I got a lot. I feel like R&B and hip hop. I got a good week's worth of content about. I hate that word content. I got a good week's worth of videos coming about hip hop and R&B.
Let's see. So, what place you want to visit oncoming travel when you want to?
Where I want to go next? You mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. There's lots of places. I know Shady wants to go. I want to. I was planning on going to Florida and doing a whole bunch of videos in Florida on this last trip, but 4 weeks in to the trip, I realized if I go from Atlanta down into Florida, I won't make it home for Christmas because I'll just get stuck in Florida filming too much because it's so much. So that has to be a separate trip. So Florida is looking like probably the next trip I'm going to do because if I wait a month or two, I'll be able to save the money and the weather will be still great and will be great in Florida, I'm hoping. And then I can maybe take a day to go actually relax and go to the ocean and then recharge and then film.
Yeah.
So probably Florida, but California is always there, and I can just on a whim say, you know what, I want to go film in California for 2 weeks, But right now I have no plan. And then like I said, there are a couple of people I'm supposed to meet, so it's up to them. If they say I can meet you now and it's got to be here, I'll fly and meet them to do these videos that I have planned. So that could happen. Right now, though, I'm hoping to stay. I'm hoping to stay all the way till April. But then all of a sudden, April comes and I'll be stressed. I'll be like, oh, I got too many places I want to go before daylight savings time, and I don't want to be away all summer. Because I'll let you know, Leslie, for sure. And if you guys aren't following Leslie Love Film Locations, follow Leslie Love Film Locations, right, Shady? Right. Who does Shady stay? He stays with my friend Robin mostly, or my friend Angeliki, or sometimes he stayed once with my sister here. And probably the next time, I think I'm going to leave him here. I prefer to leave him in my house with my sister if she's going to be home. But mostly with my friend Robin. But he doesn't like it. Like I said, he gets very stressed now when I take him out of the car at Robin's house, because that means Daddy's going somewhere, and he gets really clingy and crying, and like it was just bad. It was bad the last time. That was November 9th. It was a bad day for him. So I didn't like that. I didn't like seeing him like that. So now if I could just pack up if I pull out all my luggage is still pulled out, so he just walks by it. But if I pack it back up, then I pull it back out. If he sees that, he has a fit. He has a fit. And then so I like to be able to just pack everything in my car over while he's sleeping, like drug him, so he doesn't know what's going on for a good 6 hours. Pack everything. So he's passed out. He's blacked out, and then wake up the next morning and be like, okay, take him for a walk, and then give him some eat, some cookies, have them all happy, and then I'm out the door. And then my sister takes over. So he doesn't know I'm gone until it's too late, so I don't have to witness that. And we'll meet in Nashville, Brian, for sure. Hi, Natalie from Detroit. Hi, Karen Locke.
How long it takes for you filming It movie?
The It movies, they took a while. I did them over and over again. I did so many locations from it. I think I did 5 videos or 6 videos. And there's still, I think, 1 or 2 locations I've missed. Maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Those are easy to do. They're in Toronto. Like I said, I could drive to, all the ones in, there's so many movies that have been filmed in Toronto. There's so many movies that have been filmed in Toronto I haven't covered. There's a couple of famous graves still I haven't covered. And there's a lot of true crime in Toronto. So really, I could just upload everything. I could upload the videos I filmed already. Then I could just do Toronto again for 2 or 3 months, and hopefully people find interest and not travel anywhere for 6 months. And it would look like I'm traveling because you'd see videos from all over. But, I get that itch where I want to start creating more. I want to go, and, I have lists of places. So who knows? I don't know where I'm going next, but it'll happen. I'll announce it on here, on Instagram, YouTube. And I'm going to do a meetup in Toronto with Toronto viewers soon. I'm going to have somebody help me set that up because I get asked that a lot, which is crazy.
Yeah.
People, they're going to be very unimpressed when they meet me in person. Like, wow, he's fucking boring, but okay. When do you do a video about Drake? Sure. Yeah, actually, Diaz, man, I do know where Drake went to school. I know his childhood home in Rosedale. I've shown his house here in Toronto, his mansion. I've shown that a couple of times, the embassy or whatever the hell he calls it. So I do know some Drake locations. But you know what? I like to get Drake to do it with me, to be honest. I mean, he's a Toronto boy. He doesn't live that far. I could drive over to his house right now, and he's not going to answer the door. Not going to get past security outside the gate, but, leave a note for him. So I always think that. I'm like, well, if I do one about Drake, why can't I get Drake in it? Yes, he's the biggest star, but he also goes to the Shoppers Drug Mart, or same drugstore as I do. The people there have told me that he does. He walks in there late at night with his security crew, goes shopping. So come on, he goes to the same grocery store. Why can't he? And all of my friends in Toronto have run into Drake, except me. They've all seen him at clubs or at restaurants. And it's great. So I'm thinking, well, fuck this. I should get Drake in a video with me, which will never happen. but thank you, Dee. I would like to try. I would like to do something about Drake.
Let's see.
Done. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. You got 1 or 2 more minutes there. Then I gotta take Shady. Okay.
Okay. All right.
We'll do interview again in a few months or a few weeks. I mean.
Okay. Let's see.
What do you got for me?
Okay. How or when did you meet the other YouTubers?
I forget a lot of times how I meet them. To be honest, they message me or I message them. Steve, visiting graveyards with Steve, who's great. We were talking about it when we were hanging out. Like, Steve and I get along so well, and I love the man so much. We're a different generation or 2 apart, but we have so much in common. And we were trying to remember how we started talking online, like who messaged on whose video first. I remember just seeing one of his videos and thinking he seemed so decent and kind. And so I remember I probably messaged him, but he thinks he messaged me on one of mine. And we just said, oh, we should film together sometime. And then Steel City Storm, those guys in Indiana, the big guys that I film with, I love those. They're like my Indiana family. They messaged me on one of my videos. Storm messaged me. And then I looked and saw he had a channel. This is back when I didn't have any subscribers, really. And I looked on his, I'm like, oh, he does some cool stuff. And then I saw he did some of Michael Jackson. I said, well, I want to do some Michael Jackson in Indiana. He said, well, when you come, let's meet up. So we just kept talking. I said, yeah, I will meet up with him. And then, and we've become so close. He's, like I said, they're like family to me. And then Grim Life, who him and I were talking 3 years ago about Jeepers Creepers filming locations. He did it after me. And then him or I wrote to each other on YouTube about you know, about the Jeepers Creepers. And I said, oh, you did a good job, man. You did better than me. And he's like, no, you did better. I said, no, you did better. And he did do better because he, you know, I just kind of flew by the seat of my pants, and you know, he's very thorough with his research and all that. So he found a couple of other locations, you know, and then we did the same ones. And we just always said one day we'd film together, and you know, that came together second last time I was in LA. But yeah, it's always fun. How long am I going to be home now? Well, Shannon, like I said, I don't know. I've got so many videos that I want to put up. I don't want to waste them, and I don't want to. If I start going away again and filming so many videos, I'll just be like, that's too long ago. I won't put them up. I won't put them up. So I'm trying to go from April of 2021 to now, not going back any further than that of videos I have. So I've got like 100, 150. I didn't even know. I've got so many. But like I said, I could get a call and somebody say, do you got this opportunity here, this. And I'll be like, well, I can't pass that up, so I should go. But right now, I gotta save money. I gotta relax, save money, edit. And I've only been home for 5-6 days, so I gotta spend some time with Shady.
Yeah.
You know, the poor guy.
Okay.
Yes, I've always wanted to come to the UK, Peaky Blinders. It's just a matter of financially, it's a lot more, and then you know, it's a big commitment to going to the UK because it's, you know, it's there's so much. There's so much. I mean, I love Britpop and I love 90s Britpop, especially. I love George Michael, and you know, and then there's U2 in Ireland, and then there's movie locations in Europe, and then there's just generally there's sightseeing stuff, you know, Buckingham Palace, and there's Eiffel Tower stuff I'd like to see. That I'd probably be like, yeah, there it is. Okay, let's go find you know, some stupid ass place where a guy recorded a song once, because I love that sort of tourism. But you know, I want to see Abbey Road. I want to do all that, but I don't know. I have to see. I always say this is the year I'm going to go. This is the year I'm going to go, but haven't gone yet.
Yeah. If you're at the hotel and then their Wi-Fi is not really that good for a week.
That's, I, look, I'm really, really easygoing, but when I check into a hotel, by the time I leave the front counter, I know they must think, oh God, this guy's a nightmare. He's going to be a handful, because I have a specific questions. I'm like, I need to be on the first floor, second floor. I need I preferably at a window where I can see my car, because I leave a lot of stuff in my car overnight. The hot tub has to be working because I have a bad back. You know,
Yeah.
like this is the longest I've ever sat in one position aside from driving. The Wi-Fi is the biggest thing. If I go in a hotel room and the Wi-Fi is bad, I live for Wi-Fi because I'm in a different country, so I can't use my data that much. So the Wi-Fi has to be really strong. Otherwise, I get so angry, but in a nice way. I don't get mad. I only had one screaming argument once, and that was in Kansas with the lady behind the counter. She was nuts. She was psychotic. But otherwise, I just go back. I tell them, look, if it doesn't, like if it's late at night, I'll be like, well, that's it. I can't do anything tonight. But if I get there in the early afternoon or evening and the Wi-Fi is bad, I tell them I can't stay here. I'm sorry, you know, and I have to go somewhere else, because all my world is online. My job is online. If I can't upload a video or be in contact and stuff, I have to download all this pictures and video and footage to add into videos when I'm at a hotel. So yeah, Wi-Fi is my thing. I know. So are we good? We'll want to do this in a few weeks again, Alberta?
Yeah.
I gotta take Shady out. I think, is everybody still there? Good to see everybody. Thank you, Alberta. Okay.
No problem.
I know. Yeah, he's looking at me. He's ready to go. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, Alberta.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, we'll do it again soon.
Okay.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.